Jeff's in Daytona Beach. Hi, Jeff. How are you?
I'm doing well, sir. How are you doing? Real happy to be on the phone with you.
You too, sir. How can we help?
So I have a question. My wife and I are looking to install a pool in our backyard, and I know your thoughts on pools and getting refinancing to use the money for that, but just a little bit about my wife and I have lived very financially responsible. We have no debt. Cars are paid off. We have college funds for the kids. We maxed out both Roth IRAs. We're also both pension employees with the city here, so we have a pension to look forward to, and we have deferred comp. We currently owe 134 on our home. Our interest rate is 4.125.
What do you need? You're doing great, man.
I'm sorry?
You're doing wonderful.
I know, yes.
How can I help?
So we are wanting to install a pool in our backyard. We have 2 young kids. We are in what we consider our forever home, and we are wanting to refinance the house and pull $60,000 out of the house to install the pool.
You want to put a $60,000 house in $60,000 pool in a $130,000 house?
So no, we only owe $134.
Oh, I'm sorry. What's the house worth? What's the house worth?
$330.
It's an expensive
the new
pool.
rate the new rate we could get would be 2.375.
I said that's an expensive pool.
Yeah, $60,000 is an expensive pool. That's my wife's doing, and it is. Yeah,
It's her doing. You're the one calling, Jeff.
I know. It would be a very nice pool, and I know it's expensive, but like I said, we are not planning on going anywhere at least until the kids are through high school. So that's about another 13 years, for the youngest ones.
Oh, okay. Well, what you're very clearly describing over and over and over again, and you've said it 6 different ways, is that this is an irresponsible, bad idea.
Yeah,
but you're trying to make me think it's okay. so that you're going to think it's okay.
So that Dave will say
you're
it's okay.
On to me. You're on to me.
I mean, it's just okay. Let's walk through it. So, number 1, I'm not against fun. Number 2, you have done a great job with your finances. Congratulations. Number 3, you have a clue where you are. You know exactly what's going on. You're not a wandering generality. You're not out of control. You're very systematized. You've been very beautifully done. You've told me your numbers. You're not guessing. You know exactly where you are. So you have a lot of positive things going on, and then you have this. Your stomach is in your throat because you're getting ready to pay too much for a pool for a $330,000 house. It doesn't make sense
Correct.
to put that nice a pool on a house that expense, meaning you would never recoup it, ever. You're overbuilding the neighborhood. You have to be, by definition. Even if there's pools all up and down your street, they're not $60,000 pools in $300,000 houses. People don't do that.
That is true.
Okay. So number 1, you're spending too much. Number 2, you're borrowing money to buy a fun toy.
Yes.
And you know that's not unwise. And you called the guy that would tell you both of those things, right? I mean, what do you want? How can I help you?
Could I run something by you?
You think it's going to change my mind?
I don't know.
I try that technique, Jeff, with my husband all the time. Well, let me just give you one more.
All right, let's try. Let's try it.
Let's go for it.
You're a good sport, Jeff. Let's try it for fun here.
So my wife and I, we purchased the home. We've been in the home about 6 years. We purchased it for $160,000. So
yes, sir.
It has appraised quite a bit.
I understand.
So if we were to refinance at a lower rate of 2.37, we would have the mathematical equation you give out. We would, with the closing cost, which is about $9,000, we would cover that in about 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be in the home for at least 10 to 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
And with the refinance, we're only refinancing at $210,000,
Mm-hmm.
which is still substantially less than what all the homes in the area.
I don't think it's going to make you
for.
bankrupt. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to go out of business because of this. I don't think you're going to completely, get a divorce because of financial stress. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying,
Yeah, no.
A, you're borrowing money to buy a toy,
True.
even though you figured out some bass-backward sophisticated way to make it sound okay. But you're still borrowing money to buy a toy, and
Yes, sir.
you're overbuilding your neighborhood. Both.
Okay.
So if you want to do one of those, overbuild the neighborhood. Okay.
Yes, sir. So
But
save
don't
up for the
don't
next
borrow
few
the money
years.
to do it.
Gotcha.
So if I woke up in your shoes, I would do one of two things. Do you have any money to put towards this project?
We have $20,000 that we would put towards. But the way pools are built, it's such a hot commodity here in the state of Florida right now that they
You're
would
putting
want
an
the
$80,000 pool in?
Oh, Jeff, you're in
No,
more
sir.
trouble now.
No, sir. No.
Oh,
No,
it's a
sir.
$60,000 pool. Oh, okay. So you're borrowing. You're going to borrow 40.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I did
No,
not
I
word that
misunderstood.
correctly.
I misunderstood. Okay, so you got 20. So
Yes, sir.
and what's your household income?
About $110,000.
Phenomenal. Okay. I would project that based on the fact that you two actually have done so good until we got to this conversation with your finances, that the two of you could add another $20,000 to this $20,000 very quickly and pay cash for a $40,000 pool. If Dave and Sharon Ramsey were in your shoes, that's exactly what we would do.
Yes, sir. I'm going to tell my wife we're going to have to eliminate Sushi Sunday and that big. No more.
It's up to you. It's not eliminate, it's trade.
Yes,
We're
sir.
trading
Yep.
it for a pool. You eat a lot of sushi apparently, but
I was waiting for that.
but you're you're going to eliminate some lifestyle to get the pool. That's what Dave and Sharon Ramsey would do. We've got some nice toys in our life, and I remember the first time we bought a toy, we bought a little bitty dinky butt house on the lake for $100,000, and we thought it was oh God, we just bought a second house. We're like rich people or something. We have two houses. It was $103,000, and but we paid cash for it. And we've never regretted it. We've never regretted owning a lake house because we pay cash for our toys and they don't come back to bite you in the butt later.